the full beans, okay? And then I created this one, Control B, and that's what we're gonna use right now to go ahead and do it with the help of the other stuff, so it'll be a lot easier. So yeah, we have that one, then the sources, the libraries, the configuration, right? So we go here into this guy here, and this guy here, and here's the index, let's run it, and then I'll show you how that looks like. It looks totally different to what we've done so far. The structure here, not the actual output. The output looks exactly the same.
Nice.
Right.
Nice camera action.
Camera.
Just throw the bottle at it.
Sucks to be the guy in the corner.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am at chapter 3, beans and controller helps. So there's an index guy here. So here is the hobby, the usual hobby, and here's the new version, the A version command that is introduced in this thing. So we put something there, you confirm it, you can edit it, same way, okay? But now you're using a controller here. No, this star example controller is actually servlet. This one right here, okay? Now we confirm it, same thing, we process it, and it's done. It's still on the servlet. Okay? So it looks from the outside just like what we did in chapter 2. Same thing, right? But the internals are quite different, and that's what we have problems with. So the internals, basically what happens is that in this case you have source packages, you have 2 packages. One package is called a star example, which is the one that we just won just now. We were using this controller. And then the other thing that is totally different is that we need to create a folder here at the same level as the WebINF. It goes to chapter 3. And then inside that, you have to create another folder called star example. Okay? Now, this is where the whole thing gets complicated. You notice that it's called a star example, but also the package is also called CH3 and also a star example. Exactly the same names. Okay? And then inside here, you put all of the JSPs. So the only thing that is outside as before was the index. All of the JSPs, you hide them right in here. And what's funny is that this is the same structure, basically, as this guy here. And when you call this guy from here, you tell him to go ahead and load this controller. You don't mention that it's on the package. You just say, go ahead and load controller. And he knows somehow to go to the package and load and get it from there. Okay. But if you look at the, I think it's this guy confirmed. Let me see. Yeah. So here in the actions in that form, see, it says controller. So it comes over here to this controller and picks it up. But notice that there's no backslash, // or go back and come back, nothing. Somehow it just knows that it has to go into the packages and get it from there. Okay. Also, what I did in another section was I created another file called controller JSP, and I put it here just to see what happens. Still goes down to this one. Okay. I guess it's because this guy doesn't have the period JSP. And if I put the JSP, it definitely picks it up from the JSP, not from the. That's what it is, because he doesn't have a last name. Then he knows that has to go to the packages, and he has to go to a package that has to have the same structure where he's sitting at. That makes sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we have another one here called the Java Beans, and this is a different type of software. So let's see what happens. The book says to, I'm not trying to criticize the book, I'm just trying to warn you, okay? It tells you to go ahead and add create modify these guys, right? He says, go ahead and open up this, create all these structure, and copy this from Java 2, from the second guy that we did. The index stays the same. So this is the index. So I do have a problem that I haven't been able to resolve, so hopefully someone resolves it for me. He says to go ahead and create this guy here. This is a link that will go ahead and call the controller from here. Okay. And I follow his steps step by step, doesn't find it.
Well, because it's misspelled CHR3, but you only have CH3. To the right, there you go.
This guy here?
That guy right there, get rid of him. Use this.
No,
No, the H is good.
The H is good,
The
so.
R is no good.
The R is the good.
There you go.
You think so?
Try now.
Ah,
Give it a try.
yeah.
Teamwork.
I was gonna offer some points for that, but I guess. I guess not, so it is, so it's this guy, right?
Yeah.
It worked, that was the whole thing. Man, it's always something like that, you know?
1 point all around.
Yeah. So what happened to the other guy?
I don't know, I wasn't looking there.
Yeah.
We never got that far.
Yeah, this one, what happened was that I went ahead and copy and paste what I had done prior, and on this one works fine. That was on the first assignment, the very first assignment, I tested that guy, right?
So that doesn't exist.
So I went ahead and copy and paste this, so he had to follow exactly the same structure, right? Yeah, the structure is the same, except that the name was wrong, I had an extra R there. Oh, man. Yeah, this one doesn't work because this particular MyPack is not here. It's on a different, a totally different project. But I wanted to see what happens. Maybe these guys are so smart that he knows to go and look at the other. No, it didn't. No. Okay. So that's the index. Everything is exactly the same. He says to go ahead and add, and the way he puts it on the book is not very clear, but basically what he's saying is to create another line of input with this A version name. Okay? And no value. Okay, so that we need to add. And then on the edit, the changes that we had to do was add that A version in here. I'm talking about from 2 to 3. So you copy the 2, you add the A version there in those 2 places. And then on the confirm, I confirm. Okay, it is. On the confirm, you also have to add that, and you have to make it a hidden. So the right here. Okay. So it took me a long while to figure that one out. So what I actually, the way that I got it working, like I said at the end, was I went to my friend. What was the password?
Yep.
845 now.
Space. That's the password.
Is that it?
No.
That's in the MR, yeah. There you go.
And what?
MR starting.
No.
Who's the password to expand to something?
Oh.
That's the one we need right there.
Is that the only one?
Yeah, you just put in the grade.
Just Google it.
You got it, right? Good, all right. Is someone, okay?
You got it.
Oh, okay, good.
Pizza.
Yeah, virtual something or other, that's what I do.
I thought you were working for MasterCard.
No. No, Visa is
What's that?
competition of MasterCard. I work in a lab that I do research, but the lab is actually for virtual machines and operating systems and stuff like that. And I'm the only one in there that doesn't do that.
Doesn't do that?
Nope.
Wow.
I had an advisor that used to do what I do. I mean, and he got promoted to assistant dean engineering. So he calls up and says, "Okay, Fierce, see you later." Well, after couldn't find anybody else that has made that, so